What's going on? This is Stred on Irregular Raps. And I'm going to give you my album review of a rap artist named Lamont. And the name of his album is Underground Dreams. So, the sound of this album is like hip hop being revived. It's like hip hop is saying, resuscitate me. I'm trying to come alive. Anyway, this is soulful with some good dynamics, has a good vibe. If we were back in the day, I would say groovy. But you know what? I'm going to say it anyway. Groovy. I said it. What does that mean? Exciting, fashionable, like as if hip hop was born in the 70s and became hot and boomy in the 90s. That's a jazz slang, right? Anyway, let me get off of this whack topic. Cool album. Why? Because there's so many good melodious instruments going on in these songs that if there were any samples, I couldn't tell for some of these songs, on some of these songs. Reason why is because most of his songs sounds more organic on these original mixes. By the way, he produced 50%, he said, on this album of the music, of the production, of the beats. But, also, he brings out an old school vibe on a lot of these songs, which I think is another reason why. Let me just say that usually you can tell a sample is a sample on a hip hop track because of his previous accomplishments it has had by a successful artist or just by a hit wonder. But usually a producer starts a song off with the sample itself all by itself so that you can see the beginning of the canvas that's about to be created over that sample masterpiece. Like, blow! Anyway, talking about sticking out, one thing that sticks out to me, like I said in the beginning, are the melodies of the instruments. Good melodies is good for hip hop nowadays because there's so much of the same type of elements. Maybe not the same type, but the same basic elements that's happening with hip hop music nowadays, especially when you got trap music. So when you think of hip hop music with a lot of melodies, you kind of take it back to the 90s where R&B and hip hop just felt good to listen to. And a lot of music was big as well. I would truly say that Lamont's music at times makes old school sound hot again in its own way. So it's like he's reviving hip hop, but making old school sound hot again. Also, there's so many cool, soulful sounds on vocals at times that it makes his music sound bigger. Did I say that big enough? Bigger. A lot of it is good driven music though. And I may be literal with that statement because it can get you in that zone while you're driving that whip. Or that's a horse, whip. Actually, a comment that I told Lamont about his music is that, to me, it has more of an East Coast vibe, especially when the mix is more in your face. The mix of the production, that is more in your face. And his lead vocals kind of sits behind the production of the music. What's more modern with production nowadays is that the vocals is present and dominant in the mix. Let's go to one of my faves on this album. The name of the song is Commit to the Dreams. By the way, you can tell that there's a sample in Commit to the Dreams because it is introduced all by itself in the beginning of the song as a sample. Also, the sample has a set of horns that is recurring throughout the mix of the song. First of all, what strikes me from this song are its lyrics. Good flow, like usual, good flow all throughout the album, but on this song, he throws a lot of good life subjects, his life subjects, into the song. The subject seems to be based on his dreams in relationship to his grind and hustle with his music. The hook on his song is simple like a lot of his other songs in this project, but it kind of takes you on more of an interlude, I would say, of the song. The reason why I say interlude is because of the drop of the instrumental and simple breakups of the hook when he's repeating, commit to the dream, commit to the dream. Yeah. My other fave on this album is named Ben Drew featuring Hardhead, which is actually his blood brother, he told me. This song right here has a good message in a different way. He brings the story into the song. That's what's missing with a lot of hip-hop songs. Overall, this is a good laid-back track. This is one of them songs or one of them good drive songs that you can just drive to. All right, so let me give you a dislike of this song. I've been giving you a lot of good stuff about Lamont's song, but one dislike, and it's only good that I give a dislike because I'm a producer and an audio engineer, right? I just got to do it. So a dislike is that there's an instrument that has like a high-pitched noise, and I'm not sure, 100% sure if it's an instrument, but it has a high-pitched noise that I can hear mostly with headphones. And to me, I'm not a big fan of that. So take a listen for yourself and let me know what you think about that. Maybe I just have super dog ears and it's just irritating me. All right, so if you need to switch it up a bit with hip hop music that's different and kind of takes you back in the day and has a lot of organic sounds in it, this is the type of music for you. His stories, you'll respect. The production, you'll respect. The overall music and sound quality, you'll respect. And the fact that he did the mixing, produced the beats, you'll respect that too. So my favorite on this album is named I'm Going. You can really ride to this song, even with the singer singing on this song. I think it was dope. Actually, this is one of these songs that you can learn something from. You know how hip hop used to teach you something good back in the day? This is a good song that you can learn, like living a life, to not waste your time, but using it to what God wants you to do or wants you to have. In fact, it's important. It's important that God doesn't want us to take life too serious, too hard, but He wants us to enjoy life and take time to travel, explore what God has created around this world, and educate yourself. There's a lot of stuff that God wants us to do, but I think a lot of people just waste their lives away. So, if you like the music, if you like what I talked about to hype this music up, take a listen for yourself. You can search Lamont Music. You can go to his website, lamontmusic.com. That's music with a K at the end. And actually, I did a podcast interview. It was a video podcast. So, take a listen to see what he actually had to say about his music right now.
All right.
For the simple fact is, like you said, underground dreams, underground hip hop. That was kind of the thing. I wanted to give a particular sound. And so, when you go back and you listen to like old Ice Cube or some of the old records, it's kind of like their vocals aren't really as upfront or as present. You know what I'm saying? It's not drowning out the music. So I kind of wanted to make sure it was a healthy balance because I also like mix my own stuff.
Mm.
So that was kind of what I was aiming for, to kind of have it, to give it a certain feel. There was one other thing I was aiming for that I didn't really get to do. I wanted to put a lot more vinyl crackling
Oh,
um,
okay.
on the entire project, but I just ran out of time for the deadline or whatnot. So, but I did get to do that to some of the samples. So you really it'll give it a certain texture, but you won't be able to hear it. It's not an audible sound, but yeah, that was definitely, bringing the vocals down was intentional, because at one point I felt like, as I was going through the final mixes, I was like, man, I feel like my voice is too loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I just kind of went back and was like, let me get it right.
So, I hope you like what you heard. I think I spilled enough over this review. So, stay tuned, be blessed, flowing God's love. Till next time.